Welcome to Give Day Tampa Bay 2015, live from the WEDU studios at the Berkman Family Broadcast Center.
Good afternoon and welcome to Give Day Tampa Bay 2015. My name is Ernest Hooper from the Tampa Bay Times, and I'll be your host for the next hour for our day-long event. Give Day Tampa Bay is a 24-hour charitable giving event that supports over 549 local nonprofits. This effort is led by the Community Foundation of Tampa Bay and the Florida Next Foundation to make it easy for individuals to invest in our community. I'm here because I believe that everyone can support the nonprofits who take care of the people in our community. Making a donation is easy. Anyone can log onto the website givedaytampabay.org, search for your favorite charity, or choose from our list. You can scroll through the nonprofits by category. When you hit the donate button, you fill in your credit card information and make your secure gift in a matter of minutes. The minimum donation is only $25. Throughout the day, we'll be going to our leaderboard, which will have the total amount of funds donated to each nonprofit. Our goal is to reach $1 million or more in 24 hours. I'll also be joined by a number of experts from the Community Foundation of Tampa Bay, Florida Next, and WEDU, who can tell us about some of the other Give Day events going on in the Tampa Bay area. And now, for our first interview, joining me is a good friend of mine. She's the Executive Director of Starting Right Now, Vicki Sokolik. Hi, Vicki. How are you?
Hey, Ernest. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here. Tell our viewers a little bit about Starting Right Now and the work it does to help unaccompanied teens.
So Starting Right Now is an organization that focuses on homeless unaccompanied youth, which is a federal term, meaning that they're not in the with their parent or guardian. They're not eligible for foster care because they weren't taken away from their family. They have decided to leave their family because maybe their family wasn't making good decisions. We give them stability by housing them, feeding them, giving them academic support, matching them with a mentor, and then helping them propel to their next highest level of education.
So, Vicki, how many years have you been doing this, and how did you get started?
So 8 years, and we've been doing Starting Right Now. It was never even going to be a nonprofit, but I had a personal family crisis that led me to reaching out to help one individual, and that led to this organization being founded and us helping 170 youth so far.
I think some people might struggle to understand the term unaccompanied teens. Explain a little bit more about how these teens end up needing the support of your nonprofit.
So either there's themes that we see, maybe that there's drugs and alcohol in the home, and the kids see that if I don't get out, I'm not going to get out. I'm going to end up, unfortunately, doing something that I don't want to do. There could be abuse or neglect in the home. There could be molestation going on in the home. Maybe the family's homeless and they move so many times that the student sees the writing on the wall that if they don't leave, that they're not going to graduate high school. The kids that we put in our program are all kids who have decided that education is a priority. They're referred by the school district. They start what we refer to as couch hopping, where they're literally going to a friend at the end of every school day saying, "Can I sleep on your couch tonight?" Until finally they're really out of options and they end up on the street, and then we help them get stability and graduate high school.
Yeah, terrific. I think one of the things I love about your program is the holistic approach. You're not just giving them a place to stay, but you're really trying to help make them better individuals. Tell us about some of the specific steps you take to help these kids get on the right path.
So we're definitely not a handout. We are a hand up. We like to refer to us that not only do we close the achievement gap, but we also open up the opportunity gap by helping these kids with leadership training, emotional intelligence training, financial literacy training, computer literacy training, anger management training. So it's a holistic approach. We also do mental health, medical, dental, ophthalmic, teaching the kids that being proactive with their health is actually better than ending up in the emergency room for a cold. Really trying to teach them how to live as a productive citizen in our society, and then helping them figure out what their next goal could be. When you're homeless, you're not really worried about what your future is. You're worried about what your next step is that day. We we take away the survival mode and enable them to be able to plan a future. So the majority of our kids go on to higher education and end up getting a job with benefits and well above the poverty line.
That's terrific. I know that in the last couple of years, you've taken over the Old Haven Post Center. How much has that meant to the nonprofit?
It's been enormous, because not only now do our kids have the ability to be involved in all these classes, but they actually have the ability to form a family in the house, which is enormous. And one of our kids just recently won an award, and she stood up after receiving the award and said that she was grateful for being in Starting Right Now, and it wasn't because she was going to college, and it wasn't because she was winning all this scholarship money, but when she said she was really alone, she felt so alone, and for the first time she feels like she has a family.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So beautiful. Now, in the last couple of minutes we have, I know this is Give Day Tampa Bay, so we want people to know that while you started and originated in Hillsborough County, you're now taking steps to expand the program to Pinellas County. How's that going for you?
That's amazing. We just actually did our groundbreaking ceremoniously, and we're getting ready to hopefully help 50 youth in Pinellas starting next school year. So we'll actually be doubling our numbers, but we're actually doubling our numbers in Hillsborough as well. We're getting ready to gut the upstairs of Haven Poe and double the number of kids we can help in Hillsborough County. That statistic is very helpful for us, because right now for every 3 students we interview, we can only take 1 because of capacity. So now we'll be able to take 2. And when we're taking 2, we're completely changing that student's life and the plight of their future. So it's enormous for us to be able to help kids here and Pinellas.
Well, great, great. Just wrapping up, people want to learn more about Starting Right Now. Where can they go?
They can go to www.startingrightnow.org. There's testimonials on our website. There's media. And we need help in so many ways. Give Day is amazing because it opens the opportunity for people to give funding, but it also opens up the ability for people just to learn about our organization. And we're always looking for great mentors and for services in the community that people can help us with.
All right. Well, thanks, Vicki.
Thank you, Ernest.
Appreciate you being here. And while our next guests are being seated, we'll go to our leaderboard and get an updated total on your donations. Be right back. There are a number of Give Day incentives and prizes to encourage you to donate. Our Community Foundation of Tampa Bay Midnight Madness Award will give $5,000 to the nonprofit organization that receives the last donation of the day closest to midnight. Go to givedaytampabay.org to learn more. And now, joining me here from the Rescue Writing Youth Empowerment Alliance is Sherry Cicino and Stephanie Smallwood. Welcome, ladies. How are you?
Great to see you, Ernest. Thank you for inviting us.
Well, you are certainly working with something that's a passion of mine, of course, as a writer for the Tampa Bay Times. I think it's great that you're trying to empower kids and help them learn more about writing. Tell me how you go about implementing and fulfilling your mission.
The rescue writing. Well, rescue writing is part of the Youth Empowerment Alliance. We've been around since 1999, and we primarily have written or provided children an opportunity to tell stories about what's going on in their world, usually an adverse world, and we're represented in every country in the world. I decided to try to bring a lighter side to living, and we decided to partner with a company that developed the software for Shutterfly to develop storybooks instead of photo albums, and we provide a storybook to every classroom, and then the teacher will have each child write a story about their favorite pet. This is the theme of this year. Next year we'll probably be doing sports, and we'll do other things later on, and have the teachers be able to have an opportunity to do different ones. So we have writing tools, how to write a story, how to structure a story, writing tips from other authors, journalists, and different celebrities, so that the children have a good and enjoyable learning experience while they're going through this, and the teacher has a tool that they can trust, and there's no agenda. The children write their own book, and they become a published author at the end of it.
Terrific, terrific. What's been the reaction of the kids? How have they responded to this opportunity?
Well, kids love to tell their own stories, and what's really great is that the parents and the teachers really love to interact with the kids. They love to have the stories come alive. They often so much in school have to do kind of homework and, do this, do that, whatever. They absolutely have a blank slate when they come to doing this, and so they get to have their imagination come alive, which is great.
So what about the kids who don't have a pet? What are they able to write about?
They are able to write any story. It could be about a pet. It could be about a favorite animal that they have. Our options are unlimited. It could be, anything from fictitious to a dragon to a cat. We have all kinds of things for kids to
Can they
use.
write about a Yeti?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Particularly if they want to go up to the Himalayas, right?
Yes. I rather enjoyed that story
Yeah.
that I saw on your website. So at the end of the program, the stories are taken and put together into a book
yes.
for the class, right?
We provide templates for them so that basically you can download a template. You can go to our website. Anyone can do that at this point. They can download a template, write the story, upload their photos, and then they assemble it just like you would a Shutterfly book. And you upload it, and then in about 2 weeks the book arrives at the teacher's school, the classroom.
Is there a cost to the teacher in terms of getting the book published?
No, that's what we're doing here with Give Day Tampa Bay. We're getting corporate sponsors or individual sponsors to sponsor a classroom, your son's classroom, your child's classroom, your grandson, your granddaughter, your niece or nephew, whoever. For $99, they sponsor a classroom. The teacher has access to all the tools and all of that, and there's no cost, not even the shipping cost is teachers spend $250 a year on the average just for pencils and pens and all of that. We couldn't possibly imagine them having to pay for this too, so we want to give it to them, and we're working with sponsors to give that. We have a sponsor, Sherlock Solutions, that gave us $5,000 to sponsor 50 classrooms in the Tampa Bay area, and so we're hoping to match that during Give Day today.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope that works out. Now, is this a one-year experience for the teacher, or do you have a mechanism in place so if the teacher really loves it, she can do it again the next year with a new set of students?
Well, what's really great about it is that once the classroom is sponsored, then say your child has participated in this book. Parents will then buy the book, whatever. Then the profits get reinvested back into that classroom. So literally, you may have to only have that classroom sponsored once. It may be regenerated year after year after year. So that's what's great about it, is one sponsor can sponsor. If they want to sponsor a classroom every year, it'll be a different classroom, because parents and family members will buy copies of the book to remonetize it, and so they can regenerate the profits back into the classroom.
I love that. That's making your dollars pay off.
Yeah.
So, and kind of wrapping up here, people want to learn more about rescue writing. Where can they go to get more information?
Well, we've just launched our website at www.rescuewriting.org. That's the best way. Teachers can sign up there. Sponsors can also sponsor there. Also, our social media is a great place to learn more, and we're very excited about that.
All right, Sherry, Stephanie, thank you so much for being here. And while our next guests are being seated, let's go to our leaderboard and get an updated total on your donations. Welcome back to Give Day Tampa Bay. We're here all day promoting Give Day Tampa Bay and giving different nonprofits a chance to share a little information about what they're out in the community trying to accomplish. Join me next is Dick Waltman, CEO and President of Bay Area Legal Services, and Alexandra Cruz, Marketing Specialist for Bay Area Legal Services. Guys, tell me a little bit about your mission and trying to provide access to the justice system for every individual.
Well, that's what we do. Our job is to provide fairness in the legal system. We probably get 59,000 calls for service each year. We have to winnow those down to the most serious and egregious cases. Those generally involve victims of domestic violence, people facing foreclosure, scams of the elderly, and veterans are also a large part of our client population.
So it's almost exclusive to civil actions,
We do
right?
no criminal or traffic matters
Right,
whatsoever,
right.
all civil. Yes.
Now, I understand that last year you educated or helped more than 19,000 people. What a huge number. Is that in part to the pro bono efforts you get from area attorneys?
The pro bono attorneys are an enormous help. We actually have about 45 attorneys on staff, and we cover a 5-county area, but we have a few hundred attorneys who also agree to take at least one case a year. So when we put together our staff attorneys and our pro bono attorneys, that's how we're able to serve so many people.
Alexandra, what's the biggest challenge in getting the message out to people about the services that you offer?
Sure. Well, we're widely known in the law community, so we have a lot of donors that are attorneys, but we're really looking to, partner with corporations. We want more of the community to know who we are. We recently had some USF students do a study, and they found out that 70% of our community doesn't know what Bay Area Legal Services does. So that's why we're here, and that's why we're so happy that you've had us here. And we'd really just like people to visit our website, get to know what we do. It's www.bals.org. That's our biggest hurdle that we're facing now.
Well, really interesting. Now, I know you also do some work for low-income taxpayers, and in particular those who use English as a second language. Tell me a little bit about what you're trying to do to help those folks.
Well, we actually have a grant from the IRS, and the IRS funds us to provide services generally in the East County out of our Plant City office to help low-income taxpayers who are having problems with the IRS, either controversies over the amount that may be due or not due. And we also do education with that grant to let people know what their responsibilities are and what the law is.
Great. And you recently had some family law attorneys step up and get some training so they can help you with that difficult aspect of the law. I know that's one of the most challenging for folks when they're going through family law.
Yeah, we actually have a variety of projects to help people with family law problems. That's our biggest area of practice. Almost half of our clients have family law problems. We have a team of attorneys on staff that do family law, but in addition to that, we have a number of pro bono volunteers who will handle those cases, and we just did a major training for them, as you alluded to, about a week ago, and we trained those who are not family law attorneys to take a fairly simple family law case under the supervision of a mentor attorney who's an experienced family law attorney. So that will increase our capacity to help people with family law problems.
Good, good. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like I should have a lot of admiration for the attorneys who are on staff with your group. I would imagine that they could be working for some large, big money-making firm, and yet they're taking the noble path to helping folks. Do I have that right, Alexandra?
That's accurate. I actually met with one of our attorneys, Kristen, the other day to do a feature story on her, and she graduated from Yale. You know, she was always top of her class. Amazing attorney, like all of our attorneys are. So that's very true.
All right, and as we wrap up, just one more time, for people who want to get more information about Bay Area legal services, where can they go?
Please visit www.bals.org. Our phone number, all our information's on there, and we have the Give Day link embedded as well.
All right, terrific. Hey, I appreciate you guys joining us. And while our next guests are being seated, let's go to our leaderboard again and get an updated total on your donations. Hey, welcome back to Give Day Tampa Bay. I'm Ernest Hooper from the Tampa Bay Times, and I want you to know that there are a number of Give Day incentives and prizes to encourage you to donate. The Hyundai Loves Pasco County Award of $2,500 will be given to the nonprofit organization that exclusively serves Pasco County and receives the most individual donors. So Pasco County residents, give generously to your local community nonprofits and help increase their gift. Go to givedaytampabay.org. All right, joining me next from the Center for Girls is the director for the Center for Girls, Gabrielle Perham, and a volunteer from the center, Odessa Churchill. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about the Center for Girls and how you guys go about trying to use art to empower girls between the ages of 5 and 14.
I would love to. We are newly reopened, and we have decided to take an arts focus to empower girls. We have a full ceramic studio, an art studio. We also do gardening, cooking, yoga, dance, fashion, all things that girls love. We actually empower the girls by allowing them to shape our programming. Which is great. We let them lead the way, not only with the different workshops that we do, but even individual projects. We allow them to come up with their own projects and teach the girls. In fact, Odessa participates. She loves to dance and has participated with our girls and leading them in different workshops.
And what's been the reaction, Odessa, of the girls when they've engaged in these activities?
The girls absolutely love it, and you can really see that it's something that they really enjoy doing, and I'm just glad that I can really help these girls and just have a good time with them.
Good. Now, Gabrielle, what if there are some girls out there who are hearing this message and they're thinking, I'm not very creative, I'm not very artistic. Do you have something for them?
First of all, every girl is creative and every girl is artistic. That's the beauty of it. Every child is an artist, as Pablo Picasso says, and it's very true. That's actually what is so empowering about it, that it allows them to express themselves creatively in the way that they like to express themselves. But certainly we offer different activities. In fact, we have a new group of twins that have very different interests, but they both absolutely love the center for different reasons. Mm-hmm. So we feel that we really provide a wide variety of programs that if they might not be interested in everything that we do, there's certainly something that they're interested in.
And is the program open to any girl between the ages of 5 and 14? How do you qualify?
There is no criteria. We're open for all girls, and our prices are so affordable that we're allowed to expose our girls to arts and new exciting programs that they would not normally get. As you know, a lot of schools are cutting arts funding, so we're offering that in addition to what they're currently getting in their curriculum. But again, no criteria, and we're so flexible. Even with our low to moderate income families, we are just really flexible with them and work with them as much as we can.
Now, as the father of a 13-year-old, I have to ask, these opportunities are giving girls to express their feelings, their emotions. Have you found that age group, 12, 13, 14, seems to be something of a pivotal time? They're kind of discovering themselves. Odessa, how do these different activities help that particular set of girls find and tap into their emotions?
It's really, you can really express yourself however you really choose to. And so even for like some of the older girls who are like going through changes and everything, like especially having volunteers who are around my age who can really personally relate to them, and we can since we relate to them on a better level, like we can really help them and just allow them to express themselves how they want to.
That's terrific. Now, when I first saw Empowering Through the Arts, certainly I thought about painting, clay. I didn't necessarily think of cooking. Tell me a little bit about cooking, and it is an art. It's a culinary art. What are you doing to help girls in that field?
We bring in volunteer chefs. In fact, we rely a lot on our volunteers and interns that help support our programs, but we bring in chefs who expose them to just different things. It's tactile. Girls love to, get their hands dirty. Kids in general love to just, play and experiment. And so cooking really allows them to experiment. There's no wrong way to cook, just like there's no wrong way to do art.
Now, if you need a volunteer to come by and eat the food that they cook, can I sign up for that? I am available.
But you're a boy, so you can come on one of our special family days, because usually it's just girls allowed.
All right.
So.
Well, as we wrap up, please let people know how they can find out more about the Center for Girls.
Just visit our website. It's thecenterforgirls.org, and center is spelled the French way, C-E-N-T-R-E. But you can find out all about our after-school programming, our summer camp that we're gearing up for, ways to get involved. For those girls who are over 14, they can still participate as volunteers, as Odessa does, and we're always looking for positive role models to support our girls.
All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us here today. And while our next guests are being seated, let's go to our leaderboard and get an updated total on your donations. Welcome back. And now joining me is my co-host, Wilma Norton from the Community Foundation of Tampa Bay. Wilma is the Director of Marketing and Communications. Wilma, how are you?
It's a great day so far, Ernest. Thanks for doing this.
So, tell me why Give Day is so important to the Community Foundation of Tampa Bay.
Our whole mission at the Community Foundation of Tampa Bay is to support local nonprofits, to help match them with the resources they need to make our community better. So this is a perfect way for us to get that message out today about all the participating nonprofits.
So we have so many nonprofits participating. We've seen some donations come in. How's it going? How does it compare to what we did last year?
Well, last year, our final total was just under $1.1 million. We are inching closer to $700,000 already here at midday, and we already have almost as many individual donors right now as we had in the whole time last year. So we're really excited about how things are going today.
Well, that's terrific, and I think one of the messages to get out there to folks is how important it is to donate as individuals. Hey, it's Clifford. Hi, Clifford. How are you? Good to see you.
Hey, Clifford.
Clifford is a good reminder that WEDU itself is a nonprofit, and if you want to support WEDU, go to the givedaytampabay.org site and find WEDU, because Clifford and Emily Elizabeth and T-Bone and Cleo all need your support too, right, Clifford? Excellent, excellent.
And we just want to say thank you to our friends here at WEDU for doing this today. They're a great part of Give Day Tampa Bay.
Well, and it allows so many people to come in and help with the mission. And sometimes it's not always about money. Sometimes it's about time and talent. And I know I'm excited, as is Clifford, to be able to donate our time and talent.
Well, a good reason that we do Give Day is to help showcase especially some of the smaller nonprofits, the ones that need a little help getting their message out. So thank you, Clifford.
All right. Thank you, Clifford. And now, while our next guests are being seated, let's go to our leaderboard and get an updated total on your donations. All right, welcome back to Give Day Tampa Bay, and we're spending the entire day here on WEDU Plus interviewing different folks from different nonprofits who are hoping to get your support on Give Day Tampa Bay. Joining me now is the CEO of Big Cat Rescue, Carol Baskin, and the Advisory Board Chairman, Howard Baskin. Welcome, folks. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for having us.
Now, Big Cat Rescue's motto, if you will, is caring for cats, ending the trade. Tell me a little bit about ending the trade. What's that all about?
Well, we can care for maybe 100 cats, but there are thousands living in miserable conditions and being used for entertainment, and cubs being born, ripped from their mothers just so that they can be petted to make money, and then they live in miserable conditions. So a big part of our effort is to stop that. And one example is there have been historically malls who would allow people to come in and do this cub petting, and it looks innocent when you do it. You don't realize the miserable life these cubs lead. We've managed to get the owners of 200 malls, over 200 malls, to not allow this kind of activity by asking our supporters to email them and let them know that people don't want to see this, that it's abusive. We also have a federal bill that we're working on with large animal organizations to try to stop the breeding and possession privately of these animals. There's no reason for people to have a tiger in their backyard.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And let me say, you guys look terrific today, but you know who looks even better? Are the cats themselves. So let's go to a video here and learn more about Big Cat Rescue. They're looking animals, and certainly we see that they are enjoying their surroundings at Big Cat Rescue. Carol, I know that a big part of what you do is providing a place for these cats, but it's also about educating people. Tell me a little bit about the importance of your educational outreach.
We can only rescue a few cats each year as our older cats die of old age, but we can educate millions of people through social networks and through our website and then through visitation to the sanctuary. And if people know how their actions can save animals by not participating in things like cub handling, then that's the best that we can do to rescue so many more animals. And this has been a real evolution since you first got started in this with the purchase of 56 fur farm kittens back in the 90s. Tell us a little bit about how Big Cat Rescue has evolved. The sanctuary started with the rescue of a single bobcat who was going to be killed by a taxidermist and mounted as a den decoration, and that led to the rescue of 56 bobcats and lynx from a fur farm. And then we rescued more from fur farms and more from fur farms, and then people started calling and saying, hey, I've got a lion or I've got a tiger, can you take this cat off my hands? We had no idea that there was this huge problem out there. So it's been a real educational journey for us, and the more we learned about it, the more we realized we just can't rescue our way out of it. The only way that we'll change this is through legislation that bans the private possession of these animals so that they don't end up needing to be rescued. Well, terrific. As we wrap up, tell us a little bit about how we can learn more about Big Cat Rescue. Go to bigcatrescue.org. Our website has over 10,000 pages of videos and photos and information about the big cats. And bigcattv.com. All right. Well, thank you so much, Carol and Howard, for joining us. And while our next guests are being seated, let's go to our leaderboard and get an updated total on your donations. There are a number of Give Day incentives and prizes to encourage you to donate. The DeBartolo Family Foundation Animal Services Prize will award $2,500 to the nonprofit organization in the animal category with the most individual donors. So help our animals and the nonprofits that support them. Go to givedaytampabay.org. And now, joining us from the Florida Humanities Council is Project Director Lisa Powers and Taylor Urruela, also with the Humanities Council. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
So, tell me a little bit about the mission of the Florida Humanities Council and how you're striving to strengthen our communities and keep our citizens informed.
Well, traditionally, the Florida Humanities Council, which is an affiliate of the National Endowment for the Humanities, primarily their mission is to bring cultural awareness to the people of the state of Florida through its heritage, through other cultural events and things in the community, and things that will help us find, help us recognize our place in the world and also have an appreciation for those things within our own state.
And I know one of your latest projects, and the reason Taylor is with us today, involves a special documentary chronicling the experiences of military veterans as they return to civilian life. Tell me a little bit about the documentary and when we can expect to see it.
Sure, and actually that's why we're here. We've had a member of the community say that they will match $10,000, match the grant for any funds that we raise on Give Day today. And you can give here, and you can also give at FloridaHumanities Council .org on their Give Day page. But this is for a documentary that we've been making in collaboration with WEDU on the process of telling Tampa Bay, which is part of a nationally acclaimed telling project, which goes into communities and works with local war veterans to help tell and stage their stories. So it's their stories in their own words, and they're performing, and it was quite successful here. We just did it over the last month in several venues.
Oh, terrific. Taylor, tell us a little bit about your story making the transition and some of the challenges that other veterans are facing.
Yeah, well, and being a part of this program, it kind of covers all those aspects of the difficulties with transition. Myself, I was wounded in October 2006 by a roadside bomb. Spent 4 years recovering, and then had a really difficult transition. Started a nonprofit to help with that called Vet Sports. And then, so my name of the game for me now is all about veteran awareness, and that's kind of what brought me to the Telling Project. It was a very unique way of kind of getting the message across about what we go through and what we're going to continue to go through throughout our transition back to civilian life.
Mm-hmm. Can you sum up what are some of the biggest challenges, or maybe one of the biggest challenges that you face in the transition?
Well, you know, it's you're entering a community that is, it's a foreign world to you. You go through military, you know what you're doing, you have this purpose, this set mission in place, and then when you get back home and you're dealing with PTSD and in my case a disability, it can be very challenging. A lot of the communities don't have a lot of military veteran support, and so that's where kind of the nonprofit side of things comes through. But I'd say that's the biggest thing, is kind of finding your new purpose in life.
So in putting together the documentary, were there any surprises? Was there anything you learned that you didn't realize about veterans?
I think one of the things, and one of the reasons that we wanted to do this at the Humanities Council was because there's a huge disconnect, I think, with the veteran population and the civilian population. And I'm on the civilian population. You know, I haven't really encountered a lot of veterans in my lifetime. No one in my family. I don't come from a military family. So I had certain preconceived ideas about people who serve and things like that. And what I found was that it was really life-altering for me, and I think many people that sat in our audience, to really say, this is this person who volunteered, he was not drafted, who volunteered to go overseas and fight in a war that probably I would not have volunteered for. Right. So it really changed my perspective and made me really reinforced my already belief that we do have a responsibility when these folks come home.
All right, so in wrapping up, where can we go to learn more about the Florida Humanities Council? Mm-hmm. And maybe we can give Taylor a quick 10 seconds to tell people where they can go to learn about vet sports.
Yes. Florida Humanities Council, you can go to floridahumanities.org. You can learn about the documentary Telling Tampa Bay and all the programs that the Florida Humanities Council has across the state.
All right. And vet sports?
Yeah, and then vetsports.org, or on Facebook, we're at just Vet Sports if you search Vet Sports, and then there's Vet Sports Tampa Bay as well.
All right. Lisa, Taylor, I appreciate you guys joining us today. And while our next guests are being seated, let's go to our leaderboard and get an updated total on your donations. All right, welcome back to Give Day Tampa Bay, and joining us now are three folks from the YMCA Tampa Metro. We have Lolita Lorena, and from Blake High, J. Ronnie Pitts, and to my far end, Wayne Johnson. How are you guys?
Great.
How are you?
All right, well, tell me a little bit about what's going on with the Y and what you guys are doing to help guys like J. Ronnie.
Oh, absolutely. We're the Tampa YMCA, and we're a charity, and we have locations across Hillsborough and East Pasco County. We do something for everyone at the Y, from as young as 6 weeks old to as old as you can get. We have something for everyone at the Y. We have a lot of programs that focus on school readiness and helping kids succeed in school. So we have after-school programs, summer camp programs, and teen leader programs, which J. Ronnie is part of the Teen Achievers program, where we're focusing on a specific core group of teens at special high-need areas in the neighborhood. Yeah,
I think Wayne, we have partnered together with that program down at Eisenhower Middle. How much progress do you feel like you've made with the kids since the program was launched?
Tremendous progress these past 2 years. We've seen the FCAT rate almost triple that of the district for our program, so we're succeeding in our core mission of closing the achievement gap by using reading as that necessary tool. We've also added a school every year under our umbrella with the program, so we just added Sly Middle School as a program that we're engaged in, school that we're engaging with our program. So the success is growing. Our numbers are busting. We average about 50 teens a day at my particular program after school. So the enthusiasm is growing, and we look for great success.
Well, great. And J. Ronnie, how have you benefited from the Teen Achievers program?
Well, they offer a wide range of like helping skills and stuff, like big groups and small groups, even one-on-ones. Like really helping.
Well, terrific. And I know the Y is involved in so many different programs. I also know that diabetes prevention is a big mission for the YMCA. Tell us a little bit about the diabetes prevention program, Lolita.
Yeah, that's one of our key focus areas is preventing chronic diseases such as diabetes. And what we do is reach out to the community and try to find those who are on the cusp of getting type 2 diabetes, and those people with prediabetes is what it's called. And we get them in a year-long program. First 16 weeks is intensive, helping them learning how to have lifelong healthy habits and getting coaching on one-on-one group setting support, and helping them maintain that lifestyle and really get back on a healthier track in life. And that's one of our chronic disease prevention programs. But we also have a Live Strong program where we're helping cancer survivors throughout the community. It's free and open to the community. Any cancer survivor can come into a Y for 3 months, free membership. But they're not just getting a free membership, they're getting one-on-one training with a Live Strong certified coach. They're getting group exercise training and classes and support from another cancer survivors in the community. And their whole family gets to come for free for that 3 months. So they really get to beat that deadly disease of cancer, but then they come and they feel like themselves again. They get their strength back, their endurance, their self-confidence back.
Right. Well, that's terrific, Lolita. I appreciate that. Where can people very quickly learn more about the YMCA?
TampaYMCA.org is the best place to learn more, to donate, to join, to register for programs.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. And that wraps it up for this hour of Give Day Tampa Bay. It's been my pleasure to be with you. But stay tuned next hour for Delia Colon, who will be hosting our live program. But most of all, log on to givedaytampabay.org anytime before midnight tonight and make a contribution to your favorite nonprofit organization. You can choose from over 550 organizations, and you'll be supporting those groups who keep the Tampa Bay area healthy and strong. Now we leave you with an Arts Plus package. Good afternoon.
There are many hospitals and healthcare facilities around the country and the world who are integrating the arts into their programs. Moffitt is very exceptional in that for the past 16 years we've had a program here which from its inception was multifaceted and incorporated all the arts, which is highly unusual. today we're having a special visual arts workshop on silk painting, which is a beautiful practice that we've had in our program for, I would say about 15 years. It's just wonderfully delightful, requires no artistic talent, just as all of the practices that we bring to the patients and guests who come to our studio. It's very easily accessible, doesn't require any art experience, and it can be transformational. Just the flow of the paint onto the silk is just a kind of like water, and the color and the shapes and everything really draw you in and help you forget.
My name is Joshua Michaels. I'm a testicular cancer patient, and I've been here for 20 days now. I went through a bone marrow transplant, and it's so far effective, so I can't complain. Yesterday, and Mr. Lloyd here was outside with his instrument on his phone, and I just said hi to him, and he asked me if he wanted to come in and play for me, and I jumped at the chance for it because I've never heard a bass live, at least not as part of an orchestra, just by itself. So he came in and played a few songs for me, and it's been great. It's been a very, very great experience.
My goal is to try to cover as much of the inpatient units as I can in a given week. So I just try to apportion my time. I just knock on doors and I say, hi, I'm Lloyd. I work for the Arts and Medicine program. I play the upright bass, and I always have to demonstrate. It's like a big cello, I say, because they don't know what the heck it is. I say it's like a big cello, and I make it like I'm playing. He says, oh, and I say, it's a free service, and I'd be happy to play for you if you think you'd enjoy it. And it's up to them. That's one of the things we try to stress is this is not prescriptive. They're totally in control. And it's one of the very few things in their experience that they're totally in control of. I tell them that it doesn't have to be, it's long or short, depending on you, on how you feel about it. It can be 2 minutes, it can be 20 minutes. It's totally up to you. When I feel like I've seen enough patients on the inpatient units, sometimes I'll come to one of these waiting rooms in any of these big lobbies or waiting rooms in the clinic. I'll go up to the infusion center where people wait for hours and hours for their chemotherapy, their outpatient chemotherapy. So I just try to fill up my time as best I can, covering as much of the hospital as possible.
Your mindset and whatever that is tied into your recovery, and so that if you're a more calm, peaceful kind of surroundings, your recovery is facilitated. And I'm sure there's been studies done where people that have been more engaged and involved in activities like the arts are going to be more likely to feel positive, which then reflects down to their health, and then their health, maybe they'll be stronger to fight off infections or respond to the chemotherapy. And so I think that is a positive for their healing.
It kind of releases emotion, and it takes you away from the clinical reality of a cancer center. Because let's face it, bad things can happen. And for me, art has been much more than I ever thought it could be. My name is Paul Lombardi. I have T-cell prolymphocytic leukemia. And I had a bone marrow transplant 2 years ago. And I am in the long process of recovery at this point. I definitely have a different outlook on the arts. All the worries about cancer and what's going to happen tomorrow, it can fall away, and you can focus on something tactile that you're doing with your hands, and it's good. It's like good for your soul.
It's a way for people to connect with remembered wellness, with remembering beauty, remembering what's outside of these walls.
My wife made a special dinner for us, and brought in candles and got all dressed up and snazzy. And I was in my hospital garb, but my T-shirt and my shorts. But she put on this beautiful dress and brought in these tapered candles and made a great dinner she brought from home. And then Lloyd came in and played for us while we were eating. It was really it was like being a king. Here I am eating some steak and some asparagus, and Lloyd's playing, and it's so cool because the music, aside from the sound, you could feel it. It vibrated the whole room. It was just the most wonderful experience.
It's not about performing. It's not about showing your stuff, showing what you can do. When you get out of music school, most of the time, that's your mentality. I have to compete. I have to be the best. I have to win an audition. I have to show people what I can do. You'll actually perform better, even at those really tough concerts and auditions, if you bring a similar attitude of gift giving. It takes the pressure off you to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be saying something beautiful.
Welcome to